Switching careers can feel like you're trying to climb a mountain without any gear. You're looking at all these job listings, and every data analyst position demands years of experience. But how can you get that first job and get experience? It's a catch 22 to get that first entry level job. You need experience, but you have no experience. But what if I told you that you don't actually need a formal background in data analysis to break into this field? There are strategic steps that you can take that even when you're starting from scratch, that you can get the experience that you need. In this video, I'm going to show you the different ways to get that experience so you can make it finally to that interview stage. So stick around. By the end of this video, you're going to have a clearer path to first getting your data analyst position. Let's dive in. My name is Jeff, and I became a data analyst over 13 years ago, working my way up to my current role as a business analyst consultant at United Health Group, a Fortune 4 company within the Fortune 500, where I've been over 10 years already. So I know exactly what it takes to break into this field, and I've helped a lot on the hiring side, hiring various analysts into our department onto the various teams. So I know the behind the scenes of what managers are looking for and what you can be doing to set yourself apart. So one of the first things that you can do is find opportunities in your current role, in your current job, to automate the task. So you're going to be learning various skills or already learned skills. So you have SQL, you have Excel, you have Power BI. One of the easiest things that you can do is automate tasks that are manual but high impact. They could even be that it's just manual, takes a long time, and then you can automate it within Excel. And if your company doesn't have access to SQL, one of the things that you can do is learn Microsoft Access. At smaller companies, you're not going to have access to some higher end software. So, what you might be able to do instead is use Microsoft Access. A lot of Microsoft Access is going to apply to the skills that you're going to be learning in SQL. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but it's one of those skills that I currently use today. And I still automate. I'm like in a unique niche where I automate a lot of different tools inside Excel and Access. I'm kind of like an Excel and Access developer, automating different parts of the business where IT, we don't have the budget to spend millions of dollars on IT projects or hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then so I'll come in, look at a business process, and then figure out a way to create an internal tool that will save time. And when you can save time off of a regular tool that's run monthly, weekly, it's easy for you to show the impact and put that on your resume. So currently on our sister team, there are business analysts who do a lot of manual work. If they wanted to break into data analytics or be able to do more data analytics, what they could do is just automate some of the manual work that they're doing because they work with a lot of the pharmacists. Pharmacists have high impact because they're paid a lot of money. So you can get the average salary of a pharmacist at your company, go to Glassdoor, figure out the average salary, and then your segment, and then the time that you save. Say that I save a pharmacist 1 hour. They're getting paid $120 to $150,000. Saving 1 hour each week, 1 hour each month, then times that by 12, times that by however much, by their hourly salary, you already have a line item inside your resume that's going to make a big difference. So now you get to start accumulating different time savings, and you just have to figure out what impact it meant. This is where a lot of people fail in learning all of these skills, is how to apply it. You can do it for yourself, present it to your boss, and show your boss this is the impact that you saved. You already know what your hourly rate is, and this is how much time it saves for me to run this. Now I saved 2 hours of my time, 3 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours of my time. And now you get to free yourself up to do different things and take on new projects for your boss, for your department, or even for the company as a whole. So this is one of the best ways to get experience because you're leveraging your existing job to be able to learn a lot of these new skills and to apply them so that you can break into data analytics. You can make it past these interview phases because they'll see, the recruiter will look and then they'll see that, oh, this person has 2 years of experience. And then the line items is I automated, I enhanced processes, I use Excel, I use SQL. This is how I implement it. And then you can have inside your achievement section, which I'll go into an in-depth video of how to create a great resume, because that was one of my specialties. And that was one thing that my friends come back to me to do, and a lot of my friends who left the company, to be able to get them new positions and higher paying salaries. So I'll be covering that in great detail later. But just know that this is one of the best ways to get experience by leveraging your existing job. Two is going to be taking on data analytics jobs for cheap on freelancing websites like Upwork. This is one that I actually don't see a lot of people talking about, and I have experience freelancing on Upwork, not for data analytics. Probably what I'm going to do is in the future, I'll do an experiment, create a new profile with no experience, and then we'll see how much experience I can get by just doing free jobs on Upwork. But there are plenty of businesses on Upwork that want to save money and have a lot of data for you to work with and different projects that you can do on the side of work. Say that you don't have an office job where you can apply the skills that you're learning to break into analytics. What you can do is take on analytics jobs for cheap. And on Upwork, one of the things that they value is US based freelancers. So data analytics is growing. I already saw an article that was talking about one of the highest paying freelancing jobs on Upwork is doing data analytics. So being able to go in here and then undercutting the competition because you need the experience, but just being able to get that experience freelance and be able to build your resume at the same time while getting paid and then building up your freelancing rate is another great way to get the experience that you need while working a job that's not directly in analytics. And then three is a tried and true way of working for free, either finding an internship or reaching out to small companies within your area or medium companies within your area, because there's always going to be a business problem that you can solve for companies with a lot of data. You can do a lot of interesting projects, and again, just automating manual tasks that take them and are tedious and boring but are high leverage. Say the manager is doing it, say the CEO is doing it, the marketing manager, the marketing director, anybody that has a high hourly rate, or just anybody with a frustrating, tedious manual problem is going to be a great candidate. But to find these different opportunities, you're going to have to put in some legwork and look at some of the small businesses, because entrepreneurs are going to want the help, especially if it's free help for their business. There's going to be a lot of solopreneurs, entrepreneurs with low budgets that just need help. You just have to reach out to those different companies. You can find freelancers, you can find e-commerce stores, you can reach out to a bunch of people. But this is one of those things where it's going to be about you putting in the work. You might have to cold email message a bunch of Yelp businesses. You might have to go and call a bunch of different local businesses inside your area till you find a manager, a CEO, someone who's willing to listen for you to pitch that you're just trying to do this, get experience to break into data analytics, and you want to build up your portfolio. And not only are you building up your portfolio, you're also building up your references by being able to show your impact that you had on these different businesses. And when you're doing your outreach, it's important to get to the highest person that you can, the CEO, the owner of the business, because I know a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs. If you could just get to them and let them know your story and that you want to work for free to build up your own resume, and if they have any projects to throw your way, you would love the opportunity to work with them and help them grow their business, get more sales, save them more time, reduce manual work, they would love to work with you. Also, another thing that people don't talk about as well is volunteering your time for nonprofit organizations. Something that a lot of people don't know is that you can take your technical skill set and volunteer your technical skill set at these nonprofit organizations for volunteering your time. So not only Are you doing good in the world and volunteering your time for a great cause, but you're also building up your resume at the same time? This is something to look into because a lot of these nonprofit organizations do not have the resources available. They don't have the budget, they don't have the staff, and they don't have the technical resources to be able to do all of the different things that you can provide to this business. So again, it's going to be about outreach until you can find different organizations that you can work with. And then four is find a part-time job or even get a new role in the industry that you want to break into. Say that you can't get a data analyst role right now, but you want to break into healthcare. So you're going to break into healthcare into whatever field that you can get into and position that fits your skill set currently, a place where you can apply everything that you're learning. One of the other things that you want to do is look for hybrid roles that might not be full on data analytics because it's going to be hard if you have no experience, but still require some basic data skills like reporting, monitoring key performance indicators, monitoring any type of data, or managing databases. It could be even data entry if you're completely new and starting and you're fresh into your career. That's what happened to me in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. That's when I graduated in 2009. The job market was terrible. I couldn't get any job. I couldn't even get a receptionist job. I tried everything. I tried to become a video game tester, administrative admin. I couldn't get anything, especially in marketing, which was my major at the time. So I settled for whatever job that I could. From there, I was able to finally get a temp data entry position, then work my way up to working underneath the accountant where I got to learn Excel skills, then eventually get to working under the data analyst and various departments of using my Excel skills at that time, which was enough for me to get a data analyst position. So, what you want to do is just take on any role that you can to get into the industry, even if it is a step down, if you're able to. I know for some people, they have families, they're not able to take that step back. But for some of you, if you're just starting out in your career like I was, you can take that hit because you can prove yourself, get the experience that you need, and then leverage all of the different skills that you're learning for data analytics to get the experience and then transition out. So there you have it, four powerful ways to get data analytics experience from the ground up. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future content to land your future data job. And now that you know how to build your experience from scratch, there's a harsh truth about becoming a data analyst that you need to know. So watch that video next.